Okay, welcome back, everybody. Actually, just recorded this, and my voiceover did not save, so let's try this again and try not to get frustrated. So Monday session, um, heavy pressing, same as usual. Have 235 loaded up for a set of 5 push press. Moved really well. My last rep got a little bit sticky, but just was kind of a technique issue, not so much a strength issue. Just got it in front of myself, same as usual, but moved really well. This is kind of a deload week for me. So the way I kind of do my deloads is almost a peak in a way, where I'll be hitting my heaviest weights on my main movements, um, and then keeping my accessories lighter and a bit more volume, just to ensure I'm getting a lot of blood in the muscle. I was pretty happy with that set. So just making sure I'm getting a lot of blood in the muscle, get everything moving and feeling the way I want it to, and then kind of working around any little I don't want to say injuries, but just little things that don't feel the way I want them to. Low incline, close grip. I think I had 4 or 5 sets of 10 to 12 on those. So the weight was just 135, nice and easy. Keep everything moving really well, and just try and stay healthy. Take some of the stress off the joints. Seated dumbbell, 2 sets of, I believe it was 12 to 20 on these. So again, yeah, nothing special. Just getting the work done. I came in this week pretty, it's kind of overall beat up. That's not the right word. Overall fatigued. I don't like using the word fatigued. I feel like it's kind of oversaturated. You know, a lot of people aren't really fatigued. You're just maybe, I don't know what the right word is. I'm just going to go with fatigued because I don't want to say burnt out either, because it's not really burnout. It's just, I don't know, probably being just a lazy bitch. But anywho, main volume was these chest supported rows, superset with some incline skull crushers. These rows are feeling really good. Super happy with how these are feeling. I like that I'm able to do these, get some volume on the back without taxing the lower back. I talked about it in a previous video, but in the past I kind of mainly stuck to just typical barbell rows where you're just bent over and just rowing a bar, but trying to incorporate some more things that allow me to get volume on the back without taxing my posterior, like lower back, glutes, hamstrings, things, just to keep those fresh for the days when I need them, like, my squats and deadlifts and such. But really liking these. Going to try and incorporate a lot more upper back work overall. I just feel like it's something that's maybe lagging behind a little bit in my training, a little bit in my overall strength, and can never have too strong of a back. So going to be adding in a bit more of that. I feel like I've been focusing a lot on my lats, doing lots of things, like my pull downs and these rows. I'm trying to focus on pulling with the lats, but I'm not going to neglect my lats at all. Just going to try and get, break up the volume a bit more and ensure that I'm hitting everything. Skull crushers, again, these felt pretty good. I was trying out with the easy bar just to get a bit wider of a grip, get a little bit different angle on the tricep, trying to keep everything fresh with my tricep training. It's something that I do a lot, but sometimes different movements get stale, and trying to keep it fresh. So finisher for the day was a big superset of these standing abs, some face pulls, and some curls. So yeah, nothing special. Just trying to hit everything that maybe gets a little bit neglected, and things that can always improve. In the coming weeks, I'll be doing a bit of a shift week or a pivot week where I change my movements um, and just try and get comfortable with them and then start pushing the weights on them a bit more. About a month or 2 months out now from my first competition of the year. So gonna try and make sure I'm staying healthy and making sure that I'm ready for those events, but still have some time to just build up. Thinking about things like these curls and things like face pulls, or still gonna try and add some size, or just try and keep everything clicking and ticking, if you will. So then Tuesday moved over to my squat day. The same variation with the buffalo bar and chains. I just had one set of 10 here at 295 against my 80 pounds of chain. And I think I was still pretty beat up from my last week of 4 sets of 10 with the buffalo bar. Those really kind of ruined the rest of that training session or training week and kind of bled into this one. Just didn't feel fully recovered from that. So these definitely moved a lot slower than they probably should have. But got the volume in, got the work done. Moving forward, I'm probably going to switch my front squat that I do on Saturdays to this day, just to keep the volume on the front squats high and be able to put a little bit more intent into them rather than doing them, right after my deadlift sessions. But I feel like these definitely treated me well, and almost more so pushed my mental ability than so much physical, which is something that I need on squats. Again, I've talked about it in the past, but it's never something that I've really prioritized or wanted to push. But always think, or starting to realize, that if I can push my squat up higher, I can probably push my deadlift up higher. And obviously, I'm more concerned about my deadlift. Main accessory was RDLs. Again, it's something that I've kind of got away from in my training. I definitely want to bring back and improve, because just going to overall improve on all my events. Having a strong posterior is basically what you need. You need a strong posterior and triceps to be a good strongman. So that is what we're going to do. So adding on to that, we have some basic barbell rows. You can see here I try and keep the first couple reps fairly strict, and then as I get deeper in the set, incorporate a bit more body English. Just get through all the reps, while still controlling the weight the whole time, just getting a bit more heave out of the bottom. Volume was these front foot elevated split squats. Again, trying to work on my unilateral strength, and just hit each leg individually to target any weaknesses I have from one side to another. Just improve that overall. Another thing that I'm working on incorporating more is just some basic mobility, basic stretching. Trying to improve that both for strongman and for other ventures in my life. I am working to make my career as a firefighter, and it's something that is going to something that I'm going to need. And if I'm already having some problems with my hips and such now I'm 21 years old, then that's a problem. So I skipped over my Thursday session, jumped straight into Friday. Thursday was my birthday, so I am now 21 years old. So kind of got into the gym super late and just did a whole bunch of bench and pull downs, but was a little bit late and didn't really feel like recording. So Friday, deficit deadlifts, 470 for a set of 6. Plan was a set of 4, but they moved too well, and I was feeling pretty good. Had lots of donuts in me, so my mom got me a bunch of donuts. So thanks, Mom. Moved really well. I was super happy with that. 470 is a weight that's kind of hampered me in the past. I had two competitions that had holy shit, that had a deadlift at 470, and I was only able to get 2 reps in each of those. So being able to hit that for a set of 6 at a deficit, I was very happy with. I added the SSB to my pin squat variation. Kind of just helps mimic a stone or sandbag. Oh my gosh, a little bit better, and kind of just feels better overall as movement. You can see I have to keep my legs a bit wider apart to get out of the way of the yoke, and I'm trying to get a bit of an extension at the top. However, watching that last video back, I'm kind of just moving my hips forward, which is not the goal. I'm trying to get some thoracic extension to again mimic a sandbag or a stone load. Finished that day off with a bunch of back work, same as usual. Friday was a whole bunch of front squats, worked up to a top double of 325, and then moved over to a couple singles. I hit one at 345, which I believe is a PR. And then one of my goals for the off season or building season was a 365 front squat. So kind of didn't hit that in the time frame I wanted, but figured apparently today was the day I wanted that. Which I'm not sure why, because I was I really did not want to train this day, and really procrastinated getting into the gym for a couple hours, but I don't know. I guess you just kind of shoot when the time feels right, or when the time doesn't feel right, and you just feel like, proving to yourself you've got something left for the day. So that's what we did here. This was, I think, the closest I've ever felt to failing a squat. I can't personally remember any time I've failed a squat, but I kind of want to, just to see what that feels like. Because sometimes I feel like I don't push myself enough on it. Touching back, I've never really pushed it, but I don't know. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I'm just being a bitch. I'm not sure. Moved right over to some sandbag marches. These took my soul today. I did 2 sets of 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. I just did 2 sets of 30 seconds with a 30-second rest. Got in and out of the gym fairly quick for my standard. But yeah, I got the work done. So that's about all I got. Again, going to be moving into a bit more specific competition stuff in the coming weeks. Going to be seeing a bit heavier weights go up, hopefully. And yeah, some different variations. So that is all I've got for you this week. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. And I'll be back next week with some more training.